What is up, everybody? Welcome to the Wingin podcast. We got a special guest, TJ the Gamer. How are you doing, sir?
Hey everybody, what's up? It's your boy TJ.
And tonight, y'all can see the title. We're gonna be talking music. But first, what are you playing? What you been playing, TJ?
Actually, I've been doing a lot on my Xbox One account, and I got that Game Pass now. So I've been going back and playing a lot of games I missed. And the one that I've been playing most recently is actually Far Cry 6, which I am enjoying quite a bit.
That's the one with Giancarlo Esposito, right?
Huh?
That's the one with Giancarlo in it, right?
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, and it's funny thing because I've always loved the Far Cry series, but a lot of people was kind of telling me that they didn't like Far Cry 6, and I was like, man, let me try this game and see what it's about. And so far, I mean, I'm enjoying it. I'm actually having quite a bit of fun with that one.
I know I did hear mixed reviews about that one, but the thing that everybody always agreed on was Giancarlo Esposito was perfect as a villain.
Oh my goodness, killing it. That is definitely a villain you want to hate. I'm trying to tell you.
To which my response was, "It's Giancarlo Esposito." Like, have y'all not seen him in anything?
Like, of course he was gonna kill it. Of course he's gonna kill it.
This dude, you put something in front, look. I watch Mandalorian. Yes, some of those lines in Star Wars dialogue is stupid. And Moff Gideon always acting like he knew everything was going to happen 10 times before it happened. Like, okay, dude, you're not that damn smart. Giancarlo had me believing he was that smart. I'm just saying. So, yeah, the guy's good. I've been playing myself. I've been on Tekken 8. I need to get back into. I need to go on and finish Hogwarts Legacy. I've just been playing around with that a little bit. Jumped back into Tears of the Kingdom because I needed to relax a little bit. I find Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom to be highly relaxing for some reason.
It really is, man. It's one of those games you can just play, just roam, not even do anything story related, quest related. You can just roam and just see stuff and find stuff and just. And it is very peaceful.
And I needed to do that because I needed to up some. I got a blood moon, so I needed to restock some stuff anyway. So I was like, it was. I just been doing that. So the reason why I asked you that, so here's the flip on it. So Far Cry 6, you've been playing. How is the music in that, or what is your thoughts on just the musical aspect of that?
A Far Cry 6 specifically is just it's very. What they do with the music in Far Cry 6 is they try to use it to help paint the picture of the environment. So like a lot of it is based on Hispanic culture. So you'll hear a lot of like samba and that kind of stuff. Like they really go for that old school Hispanic like sound and music to try to put you in the environment that you're in, being that a lot of it is based around like, Hispanic culture and stuff like that. So it's really, really environmental. Like you hear a lot of like classic Hispanic music. You just be like, it be going and like, I'm really enjoying it, and I'm glad you actually brought up because Tekken 8 is something I've played a lot of too. I've completed the whole story mode, completed all the character chapters, and this music in Tekken 8 is, first of all, Tekken has always had amazing music, so it's kind of like, all right, cool, all right, we expect that. But they really outdid themselves with Tekken 8. Like Tekken 8 is crazy with the music.
Yeah, the one thing I would say about the Tekken series, Harada, that guy, him and his team, they know what they're doing.
They know what they're doing, bro. Like they know. Tekken 8 is like even beyond the music. Tekken 8 is just a great game. Not even necessarily a great fighting game. It is a great game. Like just even outside of the fighting game genre, it is an amazing game. Like it's just full of content. There's even if you don't want to jump online, there's plenty of single player stuff to do. There's tons of modes, tons of characters. Like they say we're gonna take Tekken 7 and we're gonna knock it up to 11 and just do as much stuff as we possibly can. And they blew Tekken 8 out the water.
And the themes some of the remix themes they've been doing for the characters have been, it's chef's kiss.
Oh my god, I don't want to get too deep because I don't want to spoil anybody. But towards the end of that story mode, what they do with the music.
Oh yeah.
I was like, whoa, bro. Like, y'all wilding. Yo, Bandai Namco was wilding on that one. I was like, man.
I need to drop that soundtrack. Andre, how you doing, man?
I mean, I'm doing good. But yeah, you looking for them to drop that soundtrack, you're gonna have to go to Japan.
Yeah, I know, right?
I mean, dude, I have no money. I have no problem going to Play Asia and spending a lot of money. You already know me. I go to Play Asia quick and run up a credit card. I have done that. I have done that before.
Well,
so
instead of Amazon boxes, he got Play Asia boxes.
Yep.
Yep. What up?
Dude, I will never forget that time they were selling the Afro Samurai game soundtrack on Play Asia.
Yeah, I don't
it was
blame
available
you.
like in Japan.
I don't blame you.
I don't blame you.
I had a dude come on the Games at Large channel and argue me down that there wasn't a soundtrack. I'm like, bruh, I got the box sitting in here. Like,
it's right there.
Yeah. So yeah. So I have no problem. I have no issue going to Play Asia. I'm about to go to Play Asia get the Xenoblade Chronicle 3 soundtrack since everybody tripping. So and that was like $80, but it's like 10 CDs.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because that's a lot of music in that.
It's a lot of music in there.
It's a lot of every area, every character, every side character. Everybody gets the theme in this song, boy. Everybody get a theme.
Is it just me, or did Nintendo miss out on not providing like flutes with sheet music for that game? Like I would have thought they would have did
that. I really would have thought so too, because man,
that's just me though.
It'd be a big book though, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, it would be. Andre, what you been playing, man?
Well, I've been playing everything that's been on my channel. Because I read through all of those demos from the partner showcase. Mm-hmm. So I figured I'd just post all that and be good to go. But what I liked the most out of that was, oddly enough, Unicorn Overlord.
Yes.
Well, dude, it's what our favorite
Vanillaware.
Yeah, Vanillaware. I love those guys, dude.
Well, it's Vanillaware and Atlas.
Yeah, that's right.
Hey, we don't talk about Atlas. I'm playing.
It comes down to tactical RPGs. We can talk about them.
Yeah, we can. Other business decisions, not so much. But yeah, Vanillaware, dude, I love them. Just for the simple fact that they don't care about your feelings and will do their art style whatever the way they feel like they want to. Yeah. And then let that be the end of it. Like, and dare you say something, because the art is always going to be immaculate.
Oh yeah, because every time you see a Vanillaware game, you're like, oh yeah, that's Vanillaware. I can tell.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
As soon as it came up on the direct, I was like, that's Vanillaware. I already know. Yeah. That's them.
It's like the way that if the game starts out the way that demo starts, the fighting queen goes down in the most vicious way possible. Like you play with her all of 5 minutes, but she makes an impression.
This ain't another one of Project Triangle Strategy where you play the demo and like everybody went full Game of Thrones. Cats dying cats died in the first 5 minutes. Like, whoa,
I'm basically like this. Look, you start out being betrayed.
Yep, Game of Thrones.
Yeah, that's that. And dude that you fight is obviously powerful as all hell, but his soldiers go down like pieces of paper.
God dang.
Like she got a little squad that run through anybody else to show up. The only team messing with her is his team.
Okay.
You gotta play it and get that feeling.
Okay,
like I said, you play with her all of 5 minutes, but she makes an impression.
All right, I'll give that a try. I don't really care for RTSs, but I'll give that a try. I'll give that
just for that opening scene when you play with her. If you don't touch nothing else after that, I'm fine. Yeah. But you'll understand exactly what I mean once you do that.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Sandstorm, how you doing, man?
What's good? I'm doing all right. How y'all doing?
What you been playing, man?
Has there been anything else that I've really been playing? No, Still playing Skull and Bones. Actually, that's the reason why I was late to the podcast. I was like, man, I need to kill this one more ship. Just one more. Like, I don't know. When you start getting the big ships and all the other ships now seem small to you, you just want to bully everybody. You're like, oh,
wow, you going full One Piece, ain't you?
Hey, listen. Stormbeard has to make a mark some sort of way. You know what I'm saying? They be walking past me with their heads down. I'm like, no, you better put some respect on this. Drop this man right here. Drop it right here.
He's like, look, he got on the other side of the equation now. So
yeah, you listen. So there's a section, right? So there's Africa and there's India. You start off in Africa and you kind of build up and all this other stuff. Yeah, right. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to him. But when you make your way over to India, some of the small ships, there's like a few small ships, but most of the ships are big, and they bully the mess out of you. Like once you get over there, they're like, nah, bro, you tax up. You're like, man, I only got shot once. What's going on here? Forgetting that it's an RPG. I only got shot once. What's going on here? And then you respawn and you respawn away. You're like, okay, let me sneak around this. Nah, bro, tax up. I'm like, come on, man.
Hey, look, man, East India Trading Company don't play.
Listen, and so now it's like, okay, see, now I got one of the big boys. Who won it? Where y'all? Where
run them pockets.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
I got the Thousand Sunny. I got the Thousand Sunny over here. I got the Flying Dutchman over here. Who won that work?
You know what I'm saying? They talk about Pops asking me for my ship back. You know, I wasn't even tricked. Come on.
Okay, so Sandstorm, how's the music in that?
Oh, you know what? The music, so there's not really too much music other than when you look through your scope and you from a distance or whatever, you got your ship made at the top. Looking through the scope and you seeing like what levels different ships are from a distance and stuff like that, and it comes with like a bum, 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 like if it's a like a warship or something like that. However, the dopest thing, and now I've caught myself like singing it from now every now and then, is you have the option to play the music, and the one that always gets me, like before I say it, when you play Grand Theft Auto, you always have that one song. It don't matter what song, like where you at in the mission, what you doing. Like if you pulled up to like the mission spot, you have to hit it a little bit short so you can sit there and listen to the song for a little bit.
Yeah.
So there's one. It's called "Riding on a Donkey," and this and it's that one.
Time
out. We're not gonna start the pause on this one too, man. We did pauses all day yesterday on the Stormcast.
Ride a donkey dog.
Yeah, it's they're talking. The story is about going from one land to another land, but you're riding on a donkey, and then a lady selling her ring from a man, so she left this land to ride on while riding on a donkey. It's so random. I'm like, but the melody of what they're using to sing this, and these guys singing at the top of their lungs, ride it on, like I'm like, okay, I feel it. My crew ready to take somebody down.
Yeah, I'm gonna need the Boondocks to come back so they can make another episode called Pause Part 2. So I've been playing. Y'all know I was playing the Contra demo and the 80s action movie vibes. I'm still mad that we never got Arnold and Sly Contra movie. That should have been the first video game movie.
Should have been.
It was right there.
It would have
been taken.
To be honest with you, even if it was in the vein of bad like Double Dragon, I feel like it still would have been successful because it was both of them in it.
Yeah. I mean, it was them. All you had to do was give them their guns, their one-liners. You can throw the aliens in it because Arnold already fought the Predator. So
right.
You can throw the aliens in it. So I'm just saying, hey, that one really should have been the first video game movie that probably would have sold bonkers if they would have did it. But Contra Operation Galuga demo, it gave me those childhood 80s action movie RoboCop, anything with Arnold in it. Movie vibes, man. It did. I got to give Way Forward props when they decide to take an existing property and do something with it. Just like Daimyu, they know what they're doing. So I got to give them props on that. And the music just feels right at home with that. So this week we had us a partner direct.
Yes, we did.
You can watch the live reaction on this channel, but today we're not going to go all the way into that. But what I wanted to do is from a musical perspective. Like, so we did have the Contra demo that dropped. Unicorn Overlord I have not played. So Andre, music on that.
The music in that is very thematic to the areas that you're in, at least as far as I can see from the demo. Mm-hmm. You're not going to go into it with them throwing down some heavy bass and guitar riffs and shit.
Really? But, I mean, it's Japan. Come on,
no. But a lot of the songs fit the theming of the area. You'll get like subtle tones and things that sound like it's very melodic for like not otherworldly, but like a Renaissance era type of thing.
So basically what Vanillaware usually does.
Yeah.
Basically, as far as that. Okay.
Some Vanillaware heat. No.
Yeah. The music in there is good.
Yeah, that's the thing that I actually like about Vanillaware, because they always have been able. There's always a couple things they've always been able to do, and one of them has been art and music. So I'll have to give them that. So, what was your favorite thing from that entire partner direct, TJ?
Ooh, my favorite thing from that direct.
Mm-hmm.
There was quite a few things I did enjoy. The one that caught me the most off guard was all those rare games dropping for Nintendo Switch Online. Really caught me off guard, especially KI and all that. I was like, what? We get KI on it? Because KI hasn't been on a Nintendo console since what? KI Gold?
Since 64.
Yeah. So like that was absolutely wild to me. So yeah, I would say that's probably the biggest surprise for me. I did not expect to see so much Xbox at the Nintendo Direct. There was a lot of Xbox going on at the Nintendo Direct.
Yeah, don't tell some people that.
They try to make money, man. They try to
get it.
I tell people all the time, Microsoft is not Capcom. They're not allergic to money. So they're not allergic to making cash. Sandstorm, your favorite thing from the Direct?
Favorite thing? I don't know. I mean, Unicorn Overlord looked dope. I'm not gonna say the other name because this is how pause happened in the first place on the Sandstorm show. The other one that involves the drill.
Oh, you mean Pepper Grinder?
Yeah. Right. That one looked pretty dope.
I actually played the demo for that one.
It's fun. It is fun.
I haven't downloaded, but I haven't picked it up yet or actually played it. That and Unicorn Chronicles are both ones that I'm gonna actually try tonight. Actually, when we get off the cast.
The demo for Unicorn Overlord is long. I think I played 2 hours worth, and I'm still not done with it. I gotta go back and finish.
Okay.
Wow.
So just let you know.
Yeah, I started the demo for it, but I haven't gotten that far into it yet. But man, I didn't know it was that long.
Yeah, it's really story heavy, so it's good. There's a lot of dialogue, but you're gonna be there for a minute.
I'm kind of pressed to say that it's really hard for me to pick like one that's really over the other because they all kind of suited my needs for different things. Like, you know, the Mickey kind of hit, the Crab's Treasure.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, that one knocked. One that I'm still kind of iffy about, the one that I'm like most interested, but the one that I'm most iffy about is Shin Megami Tensei 5. And I realized that they're doing the like Persona thing where they like keep using the same number and keep adding stuff
Yeah, add
to
the
it.
stuff to it. Yeah.
But
I'm
I'm like,
kind of confused about that. Is it like a DLC or is it a
That's-
whole new game?
that's what I was
They-
trying to figure out. And they're trying to make it sound like it's a whole
Yeah,
new
they're acting
game.
like it's a whole new game because it's going to other places too. So
It's the
going,
same game with some added stuff.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
it's
and
The game
premiering.
with DLC in it, but you can't just buy the DLC.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying
Yeah.
to figure out. Because if it's the same exact game, but you put in a little extra, then I'm not buying the game. Like,
Yeah, because that doesn't make sense.
yeah, I spent way too much time in that game. I spent months and months. As a matter of fact, I didn't finish it until the following year. I'm not putting that time. I'm not putting that time in again. And you need that time in order to like make your team sweet in the first place. Nah, like just not for no DLC. No, I'll watch other people play it on YouTube. However, if it is just like, you know, something that's like the events of what happens after all of that, you know, and you get new powers and stuff like that, then maybe I'll buy it. But yeah, we'll have to see.
It's the
Yeah,
same
so
game. Oh, so somebody said it is a new game, not DLC. That's so weird. Like I was thinking it was like a DLC thing. I was like, oh, it's just a DLC. You can just download it and you can play it.
Yeah, that's
way
what I
they
was
made
cool with that.
The way they've made it seem because it's going to like Microsoft and Sony and PC, they made it seem like, you know, it's not. It's a whole new game. That's why I was like, okay, this is kind of weird. But if you already got 5 and you've already beat it,
Why not give me the DLC part? Like, why
Yeah.
not just give me that? No, it's a full campaign because DLC is a full 80-hour campaign.
Jeez. So why not just drop it as DLC? I'm saying, like, why not just drop that as DLC?
I'm wondering if you're gonna be able to import your team into it if you already played it.
Yeah, at least give me that. At least give me that, because man, like my squad is dope, but I like.
You don't want to have to go through all that again.
Yeah, most of the squad that you like, most of the like S tier class monsters in that game are all subquest missions. So like, and you have to do a whole lot in order to get those subquest monsters. So it's like, I put in stupid amount of time in it because I like to take my time. It was probably like 120 hours into it. Really, you could probably do it in like 80, but like I don't want to spend another 80 hours of the same game that I just played and start all the way over to get all my stats and all that.
That's
miss me with that.
It's kind of crazy.
Yeah, I was really confused about that because I was like, I don't know. That it's just weird. I just don't understand why they just didn't drop that as a DLC thing. And just here's some extra Persona. You know, they do the same thing with Persona though. All the other, how many different versions of Persona 5 are there? Like,
yeah. That's what I was. That's what I was thinking. Like maybe they saw like the 5 did amazing on Switch. Excuse me.
And it ain't going to do amazing everywhere else.
Let's
no, it's
like
not.
We do on. Yeah,
it's not.
It's a more mature Persona to me. Without the everybody says without the love pieces, but
yeah.
Okay, all right. Now I will say that I was not expecting the Epic Mickey. Refurbished. I wasn't expecting that. Now I love the first Epic Mickey, second one not so much, but I love the first one. So I'm actually thinking about double dipping on that one because I can't find my original.
I never actually got to play Epic Mickey, so I'm copping it just because I've always wanted to try that game. So I'm gonna cop it just for that.
Yeah.
I like what they did with it. It was a very good game, especially for the Wii at the time. It was very good. Used the motion control and the remote properly. So I'm actually interested in how they're gonna do that. But since we got gyro, it shouldn't be a problem. So saying that to say this, the game that I'm probably, from a musical standpoint, probably most looking forward to is probably the Epic Mickey.
Yeah,
Epic Mickey has some great music in it. It really did. So
I've listened to some of the soundtrack on it, and they got some stuff on there.
I'm pretty sure Nerd Out gonna make a couple tracks off of that. I'm pretty sure they are. I'm surprised Omega Random hadn't made nothing off of Country yet.
Oh yeah,
I'm just saying.
Don't worry, I'm taking advantage of that. I got some Contra stuff on there.
Yeah, so I'm surprised about that. the overall thing with the partner showcase, I thought they did a good job with it overall. From just from a surprise perspective, because once again, I was not expecting that rare drop on NSO. I did play some. I did play some Battletoads, Battle Maniacs, and now I realize I never played that game originally when it originally released. So you can see the gameplay. I was slipping, sliding, and falling and dying, and yeah. I love that game actually. So yeah, there's that. Ki, yeah, I'm gonna need Nintendo to give me some manuals because I don't forgot the controls on that.
Yeah,
Probably
KI.
gonna have to look them up.
Yeah, I gotta look them
Yeah,
up.
because it's the Super Nintendo version of KI too, which is a little different. So it's like,
yeah. And I also realized that I'm probably gonna have to give my my SNES Classic controller to my nephew or niece because my hands are too big. I had to go to my other controller.
Yeah,
like it just wasn't. It's too small for my hands. So I'm just gonna have to use my my 8-bit though for this. But yeah, I was playing those and had a good time. Brought back some good memories. I never played Blast Corps, so I'm actually looking forward.
How was that?
Oh, yeah. I haven't played it yet. I'm looking forward
Blast
to
Corps is dope. I played it originally because I was a big 64 head. So like I played Blast Corps back in the day, and that's such a good game. It's dope.
Yeah, so I'm actually looking forward to that. Look, I'm just gonna be honest with y'all. I really do think that either Conquer. I'm for sure Perfect Dark coming. I think Conquer may come. I think Conquer may come too.
Yeah, Conquer.
You know,
I guess Conquer and Perfect Dark probably gonna happen.
They were showing off because we were on the channel, and I think it was Jay Biggs who was talking about the constellations or having 3 more squares, and they were trying to figure out, you know, like, is that the Easter egg or a hint to something that was coming? Well, and at first I was like, okay, well, yeah, like Conquer, you know,
Perfect Dark, because those are two
Perfect Dark.
The 2 rectangles at the bottom would have been the 64s, and the 2 squares
at
the top was SNES.
But then I got to thinking, like, well, there's still Diddy Kong Racing, and there's still Donkey Kong as well too. So,
but Donkey Kong, they could have been put out. I don't understand that one. I'm like, because Rare don't own Donkey Kong. Like anything Donkey Kong, they could have been put out.
Yeah,
I just don't understand that. Like, I think with Diddy Kong Racing, I think somebody tried to explain to me it's something with the soundtrack. Is the reason why that one ain't come yet.
I would say that and Conquer and Banjo being in it.
Yeah.
That's right. Because all of them are in the group.
Are in there,
besides
all of them are in there.
Besides Donkey Kong.
Mm-hmm.
So this is going to be very interesting going forward because once again, I just have a feeling. I don't know why people didn't see this coming. I'm like, dude, Microsoft don't care. Once you saw Minecraft show up everywhere, I'm like, Microsoft don't care about that.
Nah.
Yeah.
Microsoft do not care about that. Microsoft wouldn't be like, y'all want it?
Can
we charge y'all?
Is there money?
Money?
Is there money in this?
Yeah. Okay, make it for them.
I think that's what it is too, because like Xbox and Nintendo have been getting like real friendly lately, and I think it's because they've been getting a lot of success over there. Like they'll just throw out a random game and they'll be like, oh, it actually sold, and they probably like, oh, well, what else we got? What else we got today? One. All right, let's get this Contra out here. Let's get everything we can get our hand. What can we get our hands on?
Let's see, Cuphead. Y'all don't like Cuphead, right? Hey, put it over there on Nintendo. They love it.
Yeah.
All right. What about Ori then? Yeah. We'll put the first one out there to see what happens.
What I really want to see them bring over is Cameo.
That would be interesting if they actually.
I know that would be very
well.
That would be fire though.
Microsoft still singing that "Let It Go" from my man's singing it. Like, what about we got to keep some of these? Let it go.
Bruh.
We got to keep something for a let.
Hey, look, we ain't asking for Halo and Gears.
No, that's the funny thing about it. Like people sitting there acting like they giving Halo and get like nobody said nothing about no Halo and Gears. Nobody said nothing about that. Like
my thing is the fact that everybody was all up on. So okay, Nintendo, Microsoft gave you this. Now you got like when did it become
Yeah.
Nintendo's fault that Microsoft stuff don't sell on their console?
Like that ain't.
It's if anything, it's your fault
Yeah.
that it don't sell on their console. Like, why are you mad at Nintendo for Nintendo's fan base buying the stuff that you didn't buy?
Yeah.
Right.
That's what I was telling people. I'm like, man, some of these games that be over there on Microsoft, yeah, I'm glad they got them, but I'm like, y'all ain't gonna do numbers like that because this ain't for y'all base.
Nah.
This ain't for y'all base, and they're not gonna pick it up.
It'd be so weird though, because I didn't expect when Mortal Kombat 11 came out for the Switch, I didn't expect that to do what it did. Like
Nobody did.
It's so like crazy on the Switch. I'm like, really? Y'all really trying to play Mortal Kombat 11 on the Switch?
And dude, when you got it, look, the Switch is easier to carry than the Xbox and the PS and
Well,
Sony.
you ain't
It's easy to
nobody
carry.
want to haul their whole Xbox or PlayStation.
Ain't nobody trying to haul that.
Right. Right.
Not when all I got to do is just you can put that whole Switch in a book bag.
Yeah. Yes, you can.
Like you just snatch it, it goes.
Yeah.
Like if you need new cords, that's not a big deal. You can just swap some cords.
Yeah, and the other thing too is if the other person you're going to see has a Switch dock, all you gotta do is just bring your actual Switch and a couple controllers.
Right.
Go.
Right. Make it easy on
yourself. Don't let the Nintendo fanboy in me wake up right now.
Yeah, I'm just saying, dude. I've done that before. I've been like, "Hey, man, I'm finna come through.
Right.
Hey, man, bring your Switch and bring a couple controllers. All right.
You want that?
He got a dot, so all I gotta do is just bring the Switch.
Just yank it, throw it in the bag, keep going.
Yeah, keep going. You cannot do that.
L? It's right here. It's coming for you, right here.
Yeah, you cannot do that with a Sony PS4 Pro, a PS5, or Xbox Series X. You can probably do that with an S, but you can't do it with an X because that's just heavy. And you can't do that. I mean, you could. It's just gonna be. It's not feasible. You know, the Switch is just feasible. That's why I'm like, when people be complaining about third-party games on them, I'm like, dude, all I got to do is just pick it up and put it in the bag and go.
Play.
People forgetting that's a luxury that nothing else has.
Yeah.
No, I can't say it's not a luxury that nothing else has. It's a luxury that nothing else has at that price.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, that's kind of always been Nintendo's thing. Is like we're going to be the family, and I think what the whole thing with the Switch is Nintendo remembered what they were the best at. What is the one thing that Nintendo is the best at that nobody else has ever been able to do? Handhelds. No one's ever been able to mess with Nintendo when it came to handhelds. The Game Boy, Game Boy Advance, the DS, the 3DS. Like no one has ever been able to touch Nintendo when it comes to handhelds. So they were like, you know what? Why not just make a really good handheld and sell that?
Which is why everybody's trying to do that now.
Yeah, right.
All this other stuff like
and
that
now we got
PlayStation thing or whatever they got.
Now we got the Neo Flip DS.
Yeah.
But you and people are paying $750 at bare minimum for a machine to do what the 3DS did.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm like, do y'all? I get higher resolution screens and all that, but honestly, it's not like the 3DS screens are horrible.
No, it's not.
And the 3D what are you paying for?
The 3D was actually very well done on the 3DS. I'm like, dude, I still play Dead or Alive Dimensions on that thing. That 3D is amazing. On that.
And the Tekken on the 3DS was really good. I didn't even realize that before.
Yeah.
Being on my Shadow Fox soapbox for a minute, it's crazy. It's so crazy how like it didn't really pop off with the Wii U last generation, but the generation before that is like once Nintendo really comes up with an innovative, and it's always the revolutionary, right? It's the revolutionary that really everybody tries to move over to. But like, you know, with the Wii, the controls were so revolutionary and it was dominating. It was like everybody had to like, yo, we got to come up with our own idea for this. Like, we can't get left in the dust. And then it's so funny that like that lesson did not translate to like this generation because, well, I mean, I guess really at the time, like, once again, Sony was sitting on a high horse and Xbox was kind of doing the Xbox thing. But Nintendo had an idea again and was like, and this time though, they were just like, nah, it ain't gonna work this time. They ain't gonna get it again. They ain't gonna get it again though. So now, like all the PCs, now all the PC people are like, yo, we gotta come up with something like this. And now Sony's like, damn, what we got down here?
Hey, can we? Hey, what did Nintendo do?
Yeah,
Can we go ahead and make a controller with a screen inside of it?
Listen, because real talk, I was hearing the Sony people say they actually wanted that for their devices, but they didn't really want to say it. But two, we're not gonna do the double screen thing. Like you're gonna have a choice. Like you either play on this or that, and you can just take it wherever you want. Like that's the idea.
In the house.
That's what they,
In the
that's
house.
what
In
they
the
waiting
you can
for.
take
In the
wherever
house.
you want in the house because
Yeah.
you're
That's what they want. They want that. That's what they're looking for. Yes.
Which
Great
I
idea.
to this day find it to just be funny, and I just laugh at those people because I'm like, bro, y'all spent an entire generation saying that you didn't want that.
Yeah.
And now
just
they
to turn
all
around the next generation
turn
and be
around.
like, oh, yo,
Now we
can you
want
bring those over?
Yeah,
We want that.
and you
And now-
and you're willing to pay an extra, what was it, 200 something bucks for this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now, in the words of Trey Vito, now everybody's waiting for the PS5 Pro. But the PS5 Pro is if you get this Portal, and if you get this VR 2, and if you get these headphones on top of that, now you got the Pro experience. You got everything right there for you.
That's too funny.
Yeah, y'all after my own heart in the comments because I said that the PS Portal without being able to just directly stream to it was a useless device.
Mhm.
Yep. Well, I mean, unless you're trying to brag to other people that you balling like that. So everybody know who to go rob. That being said, but yeah. So let me ask you a question. Let me ask you guys a question. And TJ, I'm gonna start this off with you.
Okay.
Because you have a pretty good taste in music, right? You got your musical tastes are varied, right?
I think I'm pretty decent. I think it's pretty decent.
Okay.
Mhm.
All right, cool. Does that, like, when you're looking at a game, right? Say it's be a demo or whatever, does that ever play into your gaming choice? I should say.
I will say that if the music is really like, it would have, for the most part, it doesn't. But if the music is really off-putting, it can turn me off to a game.
Okay.
So it's like, I'm trying to think of a good example. What was that old Genesis fighting game? I can't remember the name of it.
Eternal Champions?
Yes.
That was the first thing I thought of.
Eternal Champions. I think that's a dope game,
Mhm.
but the music in it can be a little hard to listen to sometimes.
See, the screwy thing is, I understand exactly what you're talking about because the cartridge version of that game, music is like somebody's grinding it against metal and you hear in your ears. But if you played the Sega CD version where they had
I never got to play the Sega CD
the
version.
digital soundtrack, it sounds so much better.
See, I played the cartridge version, so I was like,
the Sega CD version had better music. It also had the FMVs and it had extra characters in it.
Can I be honest with y'all? That was like one of the first games I muted and played. Like,
yeah, you gotta mute that thing, man.
Listen to this, bro. Volume down.
Hey, look, man. I like the game. I just like, man, I can't listen to this. I mute the TV.
Back then, that'd have been rolling up to the TV, turning the crank all the way down.
All the way down. Put Public Enemy or Sade in
or something else on, please. Anything else will work.
I will listen to Queen Latifah over this. So, all right, Sansa, what about you, man?
So yeah, I'm a agree. So there's actually one, and y'all said Eternal Champ. That was gonna be one, but the other one that really like bugs me. I actually like the game. I know it's like there's popular hate on it for Quest 64, but
64.
I love the music, but I hate it at the same time because you can definitely tell. I don't know if there was like constraints, like they made the whole game and then they were like, "Ooh,
we didn't come up
soundtrack."
with music.
Yeah, because because I feel like, and TJ, tell me if you've ever done this, like when making music and you've kind of hit the CPU level of making music, so you have to turn around and take individual sounds and render them and then go back and try and sample them so they have less data being used for the CPU. Okay, that's what it sounds like. That's what it sounds like they did for the game, because you can hear the pops and the clips on each of those sounds when they're playing. Like, go back and listen to them. You were like, no, 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 like, and it's like,
you could. You say it. I'm thinking about the battle theme, especially where you can.
Yes,
because it's at the beginning of
yeah,
it's coming in so hard. It did and then like like where's the balance here?
And as a person who does music, those things irritate you. Yes,
you know what it is. Yeah. It makes it worse when you actually make music yourself, because you understand what it is. You're like, oh, they didn't mix that right.
Yeah,
oh man, they could have put the lows on that a little. They could have brought them lows down a bit. So like, I try to like get that stuff out of my head when I'm playing games, because it's like
I think it is so hard,
bro.
Yeah,
Like,
so
man,
hard,
why did they mix it like that?
It's so hard.
That makes it so ugly. Like, put them
Yeah,
lows up, bring them mids down, or do something with it, man. Come on.
I would even say too, some games that are natively in surround sound don't necessarily work
don't need
play on a TV. So you miss out on and that game is actually a perfect example too, because I think it's the Blue Cave. There's actually a piano being played, and there's a part that goes doo-doo-doo-doo-doo, and you'll never hear it unless you have unless your TV has surround sound to it. You'll never hear those parts. So it's like, why did y'all do that? Like, is that what y'all wasted all the space on? Or like, so yeah, and that will take you out of a game, because somebody may take it as it originally is surround sound and did some magic and turned it into mono or stereo, and you like, did they remix this? No, that's actually how the game originally sounded with the song. So
that's how it was supposed to sound.
Yeah, it'll take you out of the game real quick though. Like,
here's another one for the music heads in here. Like, another thing that bothers me when it happens in game music is when they create like a piece for us for a certain area or something, and then like they do like an 8-second loop.
Oh yeah,
I've heard, yeah.
Oh, bro.
Yeah.
Like, they try to make it sound fancy by adding more instruments to it, but it's literally the same loop every 8 seconds. And it's like, because you got me thinking about we was talking about Quest 64. In some areas in the towns, they do that where it's like da 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 da,
and then just keep going. I was like, damn, no variation.
Yeah. They'll do that.
You'll get a variation. You'll get a key change. That's all. We're gonna take it up a key and do the same thing again.
They'll do that with action games too. You know how like if you supposed to hit the quick event and you don't hit it, so like, but the game won't give you the it won't give you the game over screen, and your guy be like this rocking back and forth, and they be like, just do it, and that section won't move on because there's a cinematic piece after that. And you're like, it's waiting for you. Why y'all do that, man? Why y'all do that?
Andre, you got any?
See, they already took the good ones. No, this is going back to all the way back to old school Genesis. But Altered Beast, not even Genesis, the Master System version of it. The Master System version of it, that soundtrack was horrible.
Oh my god.
It was, and the only reason I know is because somebody I knew had it and I played it with them. I ain't never touched it again after that. Never. Because
yeah.
it's grated on my ears. It's like somebody's jamming a knife in the side of my ear. I was like, nah, I ain't listening to this.
Bro, that is so funny. You said that.
It's either that their TV was so horrible, or that soundtrack was bad, and I was not spending the time to figure out which.
It's the soundtrack, bro. I can tell you that.
It's definitely the soundtrack.
It was the soundtrack because that was actually my first video game experience. Was the Sega Master System playing that game.
Oh,
And I was like, I don't know if I'm into this gaming thing or not. I don't know. It might not be a thing for me, man.
but the bad thing is the game itself is a good game because it plays different from the other versions. But that sound, I couldn't listen to that sound.
It took me out because I've been a music person all my life, so I'm trying to enjoy the game, but I'm like, bro, I can't listen to this. Like, I can't.
Yeah.
It's like certain things in life I just can't listen to. Like, and that is just one of them. And one of my other ones, one of the things in life that I can never listen to, and people get mad at me to this day about it, but I don't care. One of my least favorite songs of all time is a song called Gucci Gang. Literally my most hated song of all. When I talk about something repeating over and over and over again.
Oh man.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Like certain things I just can't listen to, and it's just I'm like, all right, I'm gonna have to put this whole game away because I can't do it.
Yeah.
Well, mine is a little bit different because people give me flack for having this opinion. Like I as much as I love Breath of the Wild, I hated the soundtrack of Breath of the Wild because it just felt like nothing.
Oh, you don't like ambiance?
I didn't mind it, but it got old quick. Because I like the Legend of Zelda has a lot of good themes in it, a lot of good theme music in it, especially my GOAT, Ocarina of Time. A lot of good themes in it, but I have to give and look. I know I make a lot of inside jokes about Warriors games. I know a lot of inside jokes about Warriors games.
But that Age of Calamity soundtrack banged, don't it?
That Age of Calamity soundtrack, when they went and remixed a lot of the themes in there, I'm like, bro, this go hard. Like when they actually remixed the original Legend of Zelda Overworld theme to be Link's the Knight's theme.
That was hot.
That was hot. The Mifa's theme. Anybody Mifa's theme. I know people hate Mifa. Listen to Mifa's soundtrack when you're doing her part of Age of Calamity.
That don't bang.
Yeah. That one, I can't stand fake Falco Lombardi. He has a
don't bang.
The great value Falco Lombardi got him.
Not Falco, not my hashtag, not my Falco.
Yeah. he has a great theme in Age of Calamity. So I look, Omega Force, hey, thank you because y'all killed it with that Age of Calamity soundtrack. Please put it on Spotify. And so that's one of the ones of mine is that like, yeah, as much as I love that game, it's just like, can I hear something other than the woods? I grew up in the woods. I don't like, can I hear something else? Please.
I think I know why a lot of people feel that way. And because I get it, like being the big Zelda fan that I am, name my whole channel after the whole thing. But the problem is that Zelda historically has always been known for having some of the best music in gaming of all time.
Yeah.
Koji Kondo always put it down.
Yeah, like Zelda before that, like everything is a banger. Everything's a banger. So to go from that to Breath of the Wild, where it's more like muted and understated, it's kind of like people's expectations was already, this is a new Zelda game. Yeah. I'm expecting a bunch of new bangers, and then you get nothing but ambiance. I kind of get it. Like, I get it. I get why people feel that way about the soundtrack of that. Because it's like, it's like if Square Enix put out a Final Fantasy game.
That would be horrible.
And the music didn't bang in a Final Fantasy game, bro?
That'd be right.
I would think that would be argumentably worse.
And people found out that Yoko Shimomura worked on it too. Yeah. And if they found out that Yoko Shimomura or Uematsu did the soundtrack and there ain't no bangers on it, yeah, people be pissed.
They'd be
like, why
are
you playing this, man?
A new Final Fantasy game and all the music is just trash.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, the thing with Breath of the Wild is just like Pat said, like, yeah, it's I understand like the what they were going for. It was just, once again, I'm used to Ocarina of Time, Majora's Mask, Wind Waker, Twilight Princess had bangers. I'm like, dude, I'm used to that. And thankfully, Koei Tecmo's Omega Force gave me that feeling back with Age of Calamity, with the Age of Calamity soundtrack. They just did. Because the majority of those themes just go hard. I'm surprised. Because normally a lot of pop stars will sample stuff. Because Charlie XCX sampled some Mario stuff and she made a banger out of it. So I'm expecting like them, and they haven't touched it, and which I find it to be highly odd. But whatever, it is what it is at this point. So let me ask y'all this final thing on the docket tonight. So if you had the chance to remix any of your favorite game soundtracks, which one would you do? And who would you work with on it? It could be anybody. It could be Koji Kondo to Grant Kirkhope to Drake. Anybody you want to work with.
Shoot.
If you had anybody to work with, which soundtrack are you remixing?
I already got mine.
I got mine.
All right, Andre, I'll let you go. I'll let you run first with this one.
If I had the opportunity, I would remix the Symphony of the Night soundtrack, and I would do it with Evanescence.
Oh, yeah, that would work. That would work.
Completely remix the whole thing. With get Amy Lee to do those blood curdling screams on some of the tracks.
Just her voice, yeah.
It would be vicious the whole way through, and I know it would.
Oh yeah, that's a good. I did not think of Symphony of the Night, and I for sure did not think of Evanescence. But Evanescence, I love them.
That would be that's a mean combination. I'm not even gonna lie, bro.
It just all hit me all at once. I was like, okay, let me think of roster of bands go through my head real quick. Then as soon as I got the Evanescence, Symphony of the Night just popped right up next to it. I was like, okay, yeah, that's a combo.
Yeah, that's a combo. All right, TJ.
That's a combo.
What about you, TJ?
Man, you got me. Hold on. Heck, I got
yeah.
You got me thinking about it now. I'm like, oh man, that was on a Castlevania and ever. Oh, bro.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Focus. All right. So the game I want to do is obvious because I've always said that this is my favorite video game soundtrack of all time, and I don't think nothing will ever top it. And that is Chrono Trigger. I think Chrono Trigger has the most amazing soundtrack from beginning to end. Like it's just every song in every area bangs, every theme bangs, the battle bangs, the victory fanfare bangs. Like it is like my idea of like the perfect soundtrack. Like everything from beginning to end of that game is just absolutely amazing. And I would love to do like if they ever did like a remake for Chrono Trigger, I would love to do the remixes for all of those songs. But I would bring in the Roots band.
Oh
shit. That would work. That would work.
And specifically because I want my man Questlove on the drums.
Yeah. I'm just thinking about the fair, just the fair alone. The fair before they go time traveling.
Oh my goodness.
Questlove on that?
And Questlove on the
just have him going. Man, nah.
I've always been a big Roots band fan. Like I think they're some of the best musicians out there. Yeah. And just to have them as like if I could direct them, be like, all right, this is what we doing. We doing a Chrono Trigger remix for every song on the album. Oh my, yeah, man. That would be me. That would be like the dream come true to work on my favorite soundtrack of all time with one of my favorite bands of all time.
That would be amazing.
I would wrap it up. That would be like my career's done, guys. If I ever pull that off, just know that I'm gonna take my money and I'm going out into the sunset.
Right,
riding out. Like, all right, we did it, guys. Thank you.
Make sure that royalty contract is on point.
Yeah, just make sure the royalties keep coming in. You know, keep buying that remake, keep selling that remake.
All right, Sandstorm, what about you, man?
Dang, man, that was so hard. I was gonna be kind of arrogant and funny at the same time and say that I would do all of Kingdom Hearts 3 over, and I would just pick Uchata myself and make her do everything.
Instead of just having her do the 2 tracks that she normally does.
Right. Because ain't nothing else memorable in the song or in the
nothing else.
Might as well just have her do everything.
You gotta get a point. You gotta
at least it'll be memorable.
Right. But I think I'm gonna take a swing to the left and say that I actually would do Marvel versus Capcom 2, and I would actually have the jazz group, the Seatbelts, who did what's the joint? Ghost in the Shell, all the Ghost in the Shell work.
Oh, okay.
I was gonna say, 'cause that name sounds familiar, but I can't remember what they worked on.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think it's dope because the difference thing about that band mostly than any other band is that members come and go out of that band. So new people come in and new people go out, and it's still the Seatbelts. And so the arrangement can always be changed. The arrangement can always be different. So
Okay.
yeah. Yeah.
Interesting.
Duh. Oh, that's some good answers up in here, man.
What planet is it? It's so close to I want to take you for a ride.
That's what I was thinking about. But as soon as you said Marvel versus Capcom 2, that's the first thing that popped into my head was, let me take you for a ride.
That one and Tatsunoko versus Capcom probably had the two best opening tracks. Marvel versus
Capcom is another one of those guys that just like soundtrack wise, they bang a lot of stuff. Devil May Cry usually has bangers. Mega Man. Like Capcom usually come through with that heat too.
They really do. Yeah. So I was thinking, and I've been listening to a lot of nerdcore stuff lately, like Rustage and Hala CG, Game Boy Jones, Nerd Out, Nim Raps, all of them. So I was thinking, like, you know, because I know a lot of people, they have whatever feelings they have about whatever genre of music it is. But me, I usually like a lot of different stuff anyway. So I wouldn't mind a Metroid soundtrack working with like Rustage and Hala CG and Nerd Out and those guys. Because they do a lot of good music. In Divide, I don't know if y'all ever listen to Divide music. He does a lot of gaming and anime related music. I would love to do something if I had my way, have like the Metroid team and have them work on tracks for it.
Okay,
I think they could actually make something actually special like that.
Metroid's a good choice.
Yeah, that would all work.
That would
especially depending on what we're doing. Like I know, like the Prime series is more atmospheric because you're like actually doing like first person stuff. But you still had the 2.5D stuff, which, I mean, hell, y'all saw Dread.
Right.
David Jackson room for the win.
Dread was a banger, man.
Yeah.
Dread was a banger. That was one of that first, because before that, I wasn't really a big Metroid head. I didn't really get into Metroid until like the Prime series. And I really loved the Prime series. But then when I played Dread, I was like, man, I've been missing out.
And you see you see what Samus really is, and you're like, oh yeah, this chick crazy. Yeah,
man,
she has anger management issues, and she rightfully has the trauma. She has a lot of trauma. Lil Mac got a lot of work to do.
There's a joint, TJ. Oh man, I can't even think of the name of the song, but it's on the Super Nintendo, so it's Super Metroid. And man, the way that boy come in, that boy, like, how do you not come out with rap knocks like that? Like
as soon as I heard it, I was like, I gotta do it. I heard that song and I was like, I stopped playing right then and there, and I was like, let me just get on the computer real quick. I gotta do this one, yo. It hit.
It's I don't know if like Japan is like self-aware that they just like, we just gonna come out with these knocks and they're just so elegant. But like when we hear them, we like, what?
Like that's the hip hop banger, bro.
Yeah.
Like what?
You get the same one from Chrono Trigger, you know what I'm saying? You like what?
That's the thing when like when you listen to certain composers like Kondo and Yoko Shimomura, you listen to like
hip hop producers. They could have
they could, but they go between jazz, hip hop, They go between like classical, like especially like old boy Nabal Umatsu. I hope I'm saying his name right. He goes between the gamut of them all, especially in a Final Fantasy game.
Yeah,
You'll have because like one of my favorite tracks of him and Yoko Shimomura's is their Leviathan theme. That Leviathan theme. I hate Final Fantasy 15. That Leviathan theme is my favorite track in there. That whole fight was my favorite fight in there. I hate that game though, but
oh, that's what it was. Kraid's Hideout. That's what it was. Yeah. Kraid's Hideout from Super Metroid. That's what it was.
I feel so bad for Kraid. What I did to Kraid in Dread was just
Dread when he came back, it was like just the remix.
Bring it back now.
The funny thing about that whole situation was the leading cutscene into that where he like trying to get to and she just looking at him like charging the shot, and then she like, and I could just see her flipping him off and then shoot him in the mouth.
She's like, "Yo, you again?"
She's like, the first she jumped in,
how many times I gotta kill you?
And then when she realizes him, she's like, "Oh,
this ain't nobody." She's basically like, "Really, bro? Really? We're gonna do this again?"
All right, let's go.
All right, fine.
Go ahead and get this over with.
Yeah. I'm like, man, I felt bad for that dude. I'm like, bro, that's a damn shame. What happened to you? That whole fight, that's a damn shame what happened to you.
Every time, bro. Every time you just get disrespected, man.
Yeah. One of my favorite things, I don't know if you guys ever heard of the Game Grumps. They had their little soundtracks. Yeah. And one of my favorite tracks on that first album they did was Regretroid with Kraid trying to holler Samus.
Oh my god.
But that was one of my favorite tracks off that album, man. That was hilarious, dude. But yeah, it's interesting because like Andre, I did not think of Evanescence with Castlevania Symphony of the Night. I did not think of that.
That was me.
I love Evanescence. I love that group. That's one of my favorite groups.
Well, I thought about them because that soundtrack has such a wide range because it has songs that come in really heavy, but then it has tracks that hit on the light end, like the Orlock's area theme. Mm-hmm. And I know that they have that type of range. That's all their albums are, is highs and lows like that. So I was like, they would be perfect for redoing that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so that was when I was like, thinking about it now, I'm like, why haven't they done that? So, like,
because the right person ain't been in position to get them to do it. That's why.
Well, because I was thinking, because especially with the Castlevania, that research they got with the anime, although there were parts of Nocturne.
Konami ain't paying Evanescence prices.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying, as much as I had a problem with the ending of Nocturne, and it had nothing to do with, it had everything to do with that stupid ass story they wrote. If they really are going into Symphony of the Night, you can pay them to do one track,
right?
Or four,
or five,
maybe the whole thing.
If you want to do the whole thing, if you want to do the whole thing, there's nothing wrong with it. There's nothing.
Yeah. The whole anime, everything.
But, I mean, that's being honest. Like to me, I would, thinking about it now, I'm like, yeah, I would probably pay Evanescence to do the theme song.
Gotta do something.
Who's gonna say no to that?
Nah, got that right.
I mean, if you smart, you won't.
Yeah.
Right.
So also, I don't know if y'all remember this, but I remember when Lady Gaga was enamored with Bayonetta 2, and I'm like, dog, Platinum. She likes the game. Let her do the thing.
That would actually be. I would pay to see that. I would pay her to see her do a Bayonetta song.
Because you know that video gonna be fire.
That video is going to be insane. Bro.
I think it would be good. I just don't think Platinum looked at her price tag and was like,
nah.
Right.
We ain't on that level yet. We ain't quite.
Who gonna sponsor her? Nintendo?
Hey, Nintendo, you know how y'all got like 15 billion in the bank? Can we get like 200 million for that?
I need something, bro.
Like just for a couple games. That's it. Just for a couple.
But that was the thing, because I thought it was a joke. I thought people were joking but she was like, no, she was actually into it. She was actually into Bayonetta, and I'm like, bruh, like I would love to see what she would do with a couple themes. Like let her do the theme of Bayonetta and Jean or something, because I know those videos would be amazing. because she's very talented, and I like some of her stuff. I ain't gonna lie.
It
So
could be dope.
yeah,
I can already see it. She would jump in the video doing a Bayonetta cosplay. I can already see her doing it.
Yeah, that's
yeah.
That would be a normal outfit for her. You know what I'm
basically,
saying?
yeah.
That's tame to compare to
yeah, I was about to say. She'd be like, this is a little stuffy.
a little plain, don't you think? I'm like,
Right.
what? Compared to what Lady Gaga wear, a Bayonetta cosplay would be easy.
Yeah, that would be easy. So that was just one of the ones I always remember that because I was like, Nintendo is right there, like it's right there. Like, just let her do the theme, just a theme. She ain't got to do the whole soundtrack, just a theme.
Just give me something. Give me something.
Yeah. So yeah. Oh well. All right, peeps. That's gonna do it for this episode. Hope you guys enjoyed our music episode. TJ, thank you once again for showing up. We really do appreciate you. Everybody in the chat, thank you for showing up as well. So time to do our pimp outs. Andre, anything you want to pimp out?
I mean, my Silent Play Sunday videos for all the demos. Yeah, I haven't made anybody mad yet, so we'll look forward to that potentially happening this week because I'm definitely going to say something about Nintendo being the richest company in Japan right now.
Oh boy, yeah, they're gonna hate you for that.
But yeah, that'll be it.
Ain't that bananas?
Wait for that tomorrow.
Gotcha. All right, Sandstorm, anything you want to pimp out?
So yesterday, we talked about what did we talk about? We talked about the aftermath of Sony, Microsoft, and Nintendo, and how the beginning of this year felt a little bit dry or not dry, depending on who you are. And yeah, so go check out that. Go check out that stream. Had a really good time. We laugh all the time, like we usually do. Go crazy, make jokes. And today is the Wingin' It podcast. So, I'm sorry. I guess let me backtrack my pimp out. Sandstorm show every Saturday at 9:00. We have the Vitoverse with Trey Vito on his channel every other Friday at 9:00, and of course the Wingin' It podcast here at 7:00 every Sunday. And then I am also on the Jill podcast, the Juices Loose podcast, which is at 7:00 on Mondays. So podcast weekend. That's what we're gonna start calling it, I guess.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So make sure you subscribe to everybody, the whole team, everybody, and TJ as well. Go listen to that music.
Yep. All right, TJ, here you go. What you got coming?
First, I'll pimp out the channel. You can find me on YouTube under the name Master Sword Music, where we make music for gamers. So you can definitely check out me and the Master Sword Music family there. And as far as specifics, next week I'll be releasing the last video from my current project, All About You. The last video is dropping next week. It's called My Life. It is pretty dope. I think you should check it out. Always got remixes on the way. So we got a bunch. We actually are going to be releasing the next compilation of remixes that we've made. So for those of you who don't know, I do remixes of video game music. And every 20 remixes, I release those out to my streaming platform. So you can catch me on Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon, anywhere music is streamed under the name TJ the Gamer. And volume 4 of the Master Sword Music remixes is coming out in about 2 weeks. Ooh. So look forward to that. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Just stay tuned to the channel because I got plenty new music coming.
All right, cool. So put up some gameplay yesterday of the Contra Operation Galuga demo. Check that out when you have a chance. Also did a live stream of Battletoads, Battle Maniacs, and me getting destroyed in Killer Instinct. So y'all, if you have a chance to go over and watch those as well, and don't forget to check out Fresh Take with myself and Fangirl Review. We're currently watching Halo Season 2. So we had a episode review this morning about that Fall of Reach episode. So check that out. Boy, Black History Month, boy, they really be getting us on Black History Month, don't they? In these shows, they really be killing us, boy. Whew. But that being said, please check that out. As always, thank you guys for coming up. Thank you, chat, for always being live. We really do appreciate it. And we'll see you guys here next Sunday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Peace out, people.
Hey.
Peace.
Peace.